You mentioned Adam 22, and you remember when he was getting divorced with his wife?
Yes.
Obviously, this goes viral everywhere, and everyone's like, oh, you see, if you marry this kind of woman, whatever.
I think we can all agree. We saw this coming. I mean, what are the chances that you marry a slore and things go well? What are the chances?
Today is quite possibly one of the worst days of Adam 22's life. His wife left him, quite possibly for a black guy, who knows? Honestly, like when you guys heard this news, was anybody, oh my God, we're like, come on, bro.
I mean, I'm dead serious when I say that this guy might go down as the most soiled reputation in internet history.
And initially, Preach asked me, like, yo, do you want to color this? I'm like, no. And you remember why I said that?
Why?
Because I looked at you and I said, I don't even believe that shit's real. Fair enough, a couple of days later, and it looked like nothing's going on. Everything's smooth sailing. And it turns out to be a publicity stunt.
Was it?
So nobody wants to believe me for whatever reason, but like literally on, I forget what day it was, I think it was Wednesday, I'm sitting around, we're shooting Plug Talk, we finished the interview part, we're about to do the part, and I posted the screenshot on my Twitter, but I get an email, hey, this is Devin from TMZ. I'm sorry if this is a sensitive subject, but we just got access to the divorce documents that apparently Lana filed on her birthday. Well, tell TMZ that it's fake and that we're not getting divorced. And I said, I don't think you realize what a big opportunity this is.
Adam said pause.
Oh, no, get the fuck out of here. Is it a publicity stunt?
Why is that surprising you?
It's not surprising me. It's not like, oh shit, it's like, oh shit, you was, goddamn. All right, cool. I'm always surprised when I'm really actually right.
Last month, I went to check my mailbox and I had all of this rejected paperwork from a courthouse. Somebody has been trying to file for divorce on my behalf. I'm looking through the paperwork. They've filled out my name, my address, my daughter's name, my daughter's birthday. They have all of this information and they've attached a check for $435. I look at the name on the check and I start to freak out a little bit because I remember the name. Let's just say it's John, but it's not. The name on the check matches the name that the police gave me when they arrived at my house 2 different times doing a wellness check, claiming that somebody called and said that I was being abused by my husband. That's scary. Like, who is this person? What are they doing? Have they actually filed anything under my name? I called the courthouse. I called the police. The courthouse said there's nothing under your name. They were not able to make the filing. We can't mark anything on your account though because there's nothing under your name. So just keep calling back. I love my husband. We've been together for 10 years and I know that all of you are plotting on our downfall, but it's not happening.
It's a cool story.
In this day and age?
Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
If we let the people believe that we're getting divorced for a day or two, we will get so much free press, and also instantly the signups on OnlyFans just started to explode on both.
And this is what I keep saying to folks. This industry that apparently hates workers, that hates the people who do this stuff, it is so intertwined.
It's like the Crocs. Everybody talking about Crocs is ugly, but Crocs is $1 billion industry. Someone's lying. Y'all talking about, oh, these sex workers, but then at night you're like,
I think there's like shame associated with it. There's like some weird self-loathing, but like, I remember when this news broke, so many people jumped on it. See, the end of 22, Adam 20, it's so sad. It's so pathetic. I knew this was gonna fail. Who knows? Let's say these guys go on to be married 20 years, then what? What happens to your hypothesis? Nothing changes about the idea that a lot of people who are in the public eye, or, you know, if you are in a relationship, it can have its own difficulties. These are all very real. But I just felt like there was such a weird energy to like the obsession with Adam 22's like marriage. And I think they play off that super well to make themselves rich. And they're very open about the fact that they use a lot of this negative publicity that people give them to make themselves more rich. So part of me like thinks to myself, if you really hate this industry and hate these people, is the way you're going about it actually helping? And I think it's the opposite. I think there's very few groups that funnel or encourage people to go to sex work or to pay off these people secretly more than the people who hate on them all the time. Listen, I'm not even above. I'm sure I'm falling into some narratives too, because you have these presuppositions about people and the world they come from. And so something happens, you're like, this must be true, right? It fits very conveniently. But that's why when I heard this story, I'm like, I don't believe it. Fact is, most relationships fail, most marriages fail. So a sex worker or 2 sex workers failing wouldn't surprise me either.
No.
But it didn't matter because I think a lot of people who have an axe to grind with sex work or this OnlyFans world they were fucking horny. Their dicks were rock hard.
What?
Fucking. This is a sickness. They just couldn't wait to manipulation this whole shit. These two have been like married longer and been together longer than most of these people have ever had relationships, right? So at the end of the day, like, I just don't care. That's me personally, but I know a lot of people hate this dude. So I thought you ran away with the black guy, to be honest. The narrative that people want because, she, you know, her sex worker husband lets her fuck black dudes is that she's going to leave for that big cock.
She's not.
Okay? And like the racial aspect of this is so funny because they play on that to make money. And like a lot of the audience plays into it like, oh my God, the BBC is going to take over. That is literally part of it's fascinating that people like are not recognizing that their own outrage is literally what makes these people exponentially richer. This discomfort that they have with the idea of somebody being with a black dude and like the reality like he's gonna fucking snatch her is what's making these two rich. I think there's this weird thing mixing shame and hate in this world. And like a lot of people do want to see workers or the OnlyFans downfall. They want to see these people who have these like unconventional or weird relationships to them fail. And they want to be like, see, I knew it. And so people jumped on this without even doing their due diligence, not recognizing that this is the kind of person who feeds off of this kind of marketing. And I promise you, her OnlyFans would plummet if she divorced Adam and she just went to banging dudes.
Yes.
It is more enjoyable for a lot of these deviants because they'll be in these comment sections. They'll be in my live stream chat. You know, it's a fucking...
This is a sickness of the highest.
And the whole time they're saying this shit,
this is a sickness of the highest order.
to me, like there's this weird outrage machine around it that's so fake. It's why the OnlyFans models go on Fresh and Fit. It's why they do these things. I no longer believe a lot of dudes when they start talking to me about how disgusting this world is, because I've seen so many of them turn around and date one of them the first chance they get.
This
I've
word is
seen so many of them
disgusting.
sub.
What do you fap on?
Yeah.
What do you fap on? That disgusting shit. Every time you fap on some shit and you feel remorses after, but you go again the next day. Stop the cap.
I think all these like red pill podcasts or like, you know, whether it's whatever podcasts or whatever, the reason why these women go to these places where they're hated on is because it's very profitable.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You know, you're not going to go on one of your girlies' podcasts and make money from that.
No.
They go on these hostile podcasts who claim to hate the women that they are, but inadvertently promote them to so many dudes who end up paying for their stuff. There was one guy, apparently this dude would donate. He would donate during the live streams while the women were on the pods. He would donate $500 a piece. He would do it multiple times to say horrible things, and the guy would read it out loud. The dude was a sub to one of the women the entire time.
But isn't that just like the same mentality as, what's the name of that douchebag in the documentary?
Oh, Tiki Taki.
Tiki Taki. Yeah.
What a horrible name.
Yes. Yes, that's very Portuguese.
Yes.
Lapi topi, tiki toki, hippie hoppy. Anyways.
Brazilian, I got you.
Brazilian. That's very Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit the same in the same sense of, yeah, I'm gonna make profit of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make money off of it. We'll make money. So who cares?
But then he's like, if my daughter did that, it's the most disgusting thing. It's bad for society. But then you run an agency for OnlyFans models. Like,
Let's let it run for a couple days and then we'll tell the world what is actually going on. And she was kind of pissed off with the idea because she just doesn't want to look like a liar. But then she started to like soften up a little bit once she actually looked at her OnlyFans.
I'm
Fair?
sorry.
Fair?
Someone that does prawn and doesn't want to be, I don't want to be seen as a liar. Oh, yeah, it's that brother. I mean, we know it's not real. You know what I mean? It's all play.
what do you mean? But they're performing. That's different, no?
I mean, that's part of marketing is part of a performance.
Right, but she's saying like, I don't want to lie about my real life. But performing in like a video or
It's
doing
not,
a skit.
but it's not real. It's performance. It's marketing. It's
Right.
tied to the work.
Right.
It's tied to the work.
But I think there is a difference. I think there's a difference between lying about your public marriage and like whether or not it's like a real marriage. And there's a difference between that and then what you might do in a performance in a video. No?
Sure.
It's like you and I come into work and sometimes we do these like acts or characters. Like everyone knows they're not real. We know that like the are not fucking her actual stepbrother.
Which character is not real?
We do all kinds of weird characters when we're here. I might do like a fucking, you know, Dr. Umar version of this.
Oh, Umar is real. He's not a real doctor, but he's real.
But I'm saying I'm not actually thinking that.
I don't know. Like for some reason, I'm not going to be able to convince people that I didn't do this, but I definitely, absolutely, on my mama, did not file divorce.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't even be me if someone did it. It would be her because it was like filed by her, even though it was actually this guy.
You know, and the other angle of the story that we didn't discuss at all, like the levels of obsession that some people develop with someone they've never met is scary.
Bro.
Like, think about this random individual who does not know this girl and has really gone to insane lengths and has gone as far as to put in paperwork on her behalf for a divorce that she never initiated. Like, that's like the impersonation, the faking of the signatures. Like, the levels are crazy that you have to deal with in doing this job to some degree. And I'm not even what she does. So I'm sure her level is even crazier than whatever I have to do. And people are like, well, what did you do? And I'm like, I never spoke to this person. And it's just something so odd. Like there's this one person who's having a full-on conversation with herself in like the message requests. And a lot of people are like, well, you just got to block the person. I'm like, but then that means they know that I saw it. What do you do then? And then they make a new account and they know you've looked. So like there's sometimes there's weird things. And I don't know, someone filing for divorce on your behalf. And now you got to deal with hiring lawyers to undo the process that they started at City Hall. Like, that's weird, no?
That's super weird. But, and I don't even think I'm as popular as Adam. Mm-hmm. But sometimes the things that I see in my DMs that I'm like, are you guys okay? Are we good? What are we doing? So I can't even imagine at that level that she's at, where she's fostering weirdos. Mm-hmm. How crazy it must be. You know what I mean?
Someone raised a good question. Cousin Nem, one of our members for 4 months, says, is it possible to talk about something online that you dislike without inadvertently promoting it? Yes. I think it comes down to how you approach it and the veracity with which you approach it. So, for example, if you have an issue with sex work and how it's promoted, do your piece, do your think piece, whatever it is. But don't just look for information that confirms your biases and then constantly feed into it. Because I think what ends up happening is that there becomes like this bad faith approach that you start to develop and you inadvertently play into it. And I also think with sex work, it's a bit particular because one, if you're not necessarily even adding anything to the conversation, you're just repeating like, this is bad, and there's such a weird shame associated with it. I think what ends up happening is that the kind of audience that you draw that has that same internalized shame, they get drawn to it. So it's not, I think it's to some degree how you approach it and also subject specific. I don't think every subject is going to have the same effect of advertising it or enriching the people. Think about your audience, right? Let's say your audience hates the same thing you hate, okay? And then you invite the thing that you hate onto your platform and then you talk about it, right? So let's say the subject is like some politician. Okay, we hate this politician. Shows up on my platform, we do an interview. I ream them out. They've all heard my criticisms before. I do it again. By the 10th time you've done it, your audience has heard nothing new. They can't hate the person anymore. So all that ends up happening is that this person has like a new way of presenting themselves to the public or to a few different people. And I just think at some point it loses all its effectiveness. People might say to me, well, Abba, didn't you cover Fresh and Fit? Yes, and that's why I'm very transparent about the fact that I just want a third condo. That's it. You know, at some point the Fresh and Fit shit was played out. Let's be honest. There was nothing new under the sun. Like, we know everything about it. It's true. It was. It was just us entertaining ourselves and having a laugh about it. But if you're being honest, there's nothing new that you can really say about it. You know?
Fair.
Yeah.
There was nothing new.
There's nothing new. By the 5th or 6th one, it's like, it's a wrap. You know what I mean?
Look, this nigga dumb again. Yeah. It's like there was nothing. No.
I'm not mad at Adam for letting it run either. I think the whole thing of letting it run, if people are going to just do this weird thing or you're going to have to suffer from it, might as well make some money off it. You know, him letting that lie run so that he can get his promotion. Like, I could understand folks wanting to deny right away or whatever it is, but like, motherfuckers are going to say negative things anyways. Half the people who said this shit divorce is happening, are they going to correct the record? Are they going to come out and say, you know what, I did this video very hastily and I was wrong. It seems like the divorce that I said was going to happen, the one that I based my point off, are they going to cover it? No. So might as well make some money. What do you think?
No, I get it. I understand. Mm-hmm. You take something bad and you just make some money with it.
Yep.
That's a bit of my MO. It's just that I don't have an OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans to make profit of.